Hi, my name is Anna Gardner, and I am from Stitch and Snip in Garden Valley, Idaho, and we are a certified Judy Niemeyer shop. We have been working with Judy Niemeyer's patterns for years and been teaching classes for years, and love working with their amazing patterns and make exquisite, beautiful quilts. Today, I would like to show you a little tip about how to work with the Lone Star units. The Lone Star unit is in a lot of Judy Niemeyer quilts, and it seems to be one of the ones that the students that I have struggle with a little bit more than some of the other units. So the unit that we're going to be working with today is out of the one I will be demoing with is out of the kit called Ice Castles. This is a rendition of it. Our original colorway was done in the light background with it, and we had a lot of students that go, oh, I love it, but I'm more of a dark person than a light person, so we recolored it with the exact same fabrics, just reversed. So we have it with a dark background and the lighter star part. So that's the one I will be demoing with today. And so here I have the star units already trimmed up, ready to go. So this is my row number 1, this is my row number 2, and when we place them down, we also have then our row number 3 that we will be putting down and our row number 4. So this makes our beautiful Lone Star part of our quilt here, and you can see we always double check to make sure we have it correctly, to make sure our pattern is following exactly how we want to. One of the tricks of laying it out is if you see the row here on the back, the row is always going to be on the left hand side, and we're working our way through here. So if I peek on the back, here is my row number 2, and here is my row number 3, and there is my row number 4. So once we've had it placed here, we're now ready to assemble this. So we've already done our smart corners. So the smart corners again are trimmed so it fits nice and perfect on the edges. So I'm going to start off with our unit 1 and 2, and I'm going to go ahead and set these two off to the side. So when I do this, we're going to go ahead and put it together. Theoretically, if we have perfectly sewn on our line and we've perfectly ironed it, we should be able to line up our smart corner here and our smart corner down here and sew exactly on the line, and we're going to get really pretty points. But I don't know about you, but I don't live in a perfect world. So I wanted to show you a fun trick of how to pin this if we come across some that are just not working nicely for us. So the first thing we're going to do is, this is my first intersection at line number 1. And what we want to do is we're going to put a pin right through the intersection where we'll be sewing. If I stick it through on the other side and I'm sticking it through fabric, then we have it positioned incorrectly because that's going to be sewing right where our pin is. Okay, so now I'm going to come on the other side and we're going to pin through that intersection also. So when I come over here, it's right where the two fabrics come together and right where the line matches that we would be sewing. Once I have those two together, I'm going to move this so I have my edges even here, and my pin should be exactly perpendicular to the fabric pieces here. That's what's going to make this work. So now we're going to go ahead and pin it. But when I do that, it has been told to us to, it's been a no-no through all of quilting. And the reason for it is, if you look on the back side here, look at how it shifted. So it shifted that top layer up. But this is going to be the secret. Okay, we're going to try it one more time, and I'm going to show you the secret in just a second. So now we're going to go ahead and pin the next one. Okay, and you can see that I don't have it through the fabric. I'm going to pin the other side. I'm not quite close enough, so let's try it one more time. Okay, so again, I want to make sure this is lined up. It's perpendicular to the piece, and we're going to go ahead and pin it. So you can see it's jawed up a little bit higher than what we really want it to be. So here is our trick. When we go to sew, we're going to line up our smart corner, and as soon as we start to sew, we're going to start right in here and stop. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull this pin and kind of wiggle it, and you will literally watch this just flow right back into where it needs to be. And we're going to keep the pin in the intersection. So what happens is now this becomes more like a stiletto for you. So we're going to hold it in place, and we're going to stitch along until we get to that pin, and then we're going to go ahead and pull it out. Once we continue to sew here, you're going to get past the intersection, stop, and we're going to do the same thing with this one. So we're going to pull this out, and you can see I have a little bit of a bubble right in here. So that's how much I have to ease in to make this pin work. So we're going to gently pull, and you can see how it kind of goes nice and flat now. And we're going to go ahead and stitch, making sure this pin is staying right where the intersection is. And then once we get past it, we'll pull it out and go all the way down the line. What this will accomplish is it will keep your intersection perfectly together. So once we open this up, we should have an exact point when we're done with it. So that is our nice little tip of getting these points intersection. This is called what they call an X seam. And so you can take this method for any X seams that are out there. So any Lone Stars, even if they're not paper pieced, you can do this method with it. The trick is you can pin it, but we have to release that second section for it now to go back into place for us to be able to hold that intersection together. And I find that my students are very, very successful with this method. And so if you find that we're not sewing quite as perfect as we want, and we're not ironing maybe as perfect as we want, this is where we can help compensate for a couple of those items without wanting to tear our hair out. So I hope that you guys are able to try this technique and see how it does for you. We'd love to hear comments on it to see what successes that you guys have had. So it is literally in a lot of Judy Niemeyer's patterns. The new Vintage Rose that has been out for a little while, the Technique of the Month, has a smaller one, but it still is a Lone Star unit. The quilt that is behind me is Red River Star, and it has that Lone Star unit into it, which is a half Lone Star, okay, but it's the same unit that is used throughout it. Again, the Frozen Fountain is a newer one, and it also has what they call the half Lone Star unit into it also. So as we go through this process, you will get more and more successful with it. You will get learn more and more ways of making these beautiful stars pop out with the beautiful points. I hope that you can join us again and visit our website for some amazing kits. It's Snip.com, and we have a fun section of Judy Niemeyer kits, and also we carry a lot of Judy Niemeyer batiks through Timeless Treasures, and also some of her cotton lines like Forever. So thank you for watching, and hope you guys enjoy doing some of the X seams.